So what I did want to talk about was this post. It was on Am I the Asshole? But it was also on a relationship advice. It made its way to Cupid's trash can. Ooh. It even made its way to TikTok.
It got
around. So a lot of people have probably seen this post. This was a guy in a relationship with his girlfriend. She inherited a bunch from her father and didn't want to share it with him.
Was it a 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch? No, we're talking money.
We're talking money.
Simoleons.
We're talking money.
Clams.
We're talking property. We're talking little things too. So lots. Her father died. She gets a big inheritance.
And he's with her
They've
for how
been
long?
splitting the bills. He doesn't say how long, I don't think, but they've been living together, splitting the bills. She did not let him know that she had this money. He finds out afterwards that she inherited some apartments. She inherited a house. She got a car. She got some smaller electronics. And he's upset that she not only did not tell him this, but that he didn't share the wealth with him.
Share the wealth.
But he eventually ended up reporting the mother for tax evasion. He was being this
IRS.
petty because she gifted the mother a whole house. Father and the mother were split.
Yeah.
But she wanted to make sure that the mom was
taken
set
care
up
of.
and comfy and taken care of as any.
And especially because he wasn't going to leave it to his ex-wife. Unlike all my stuff, which is still life insurance, everything else, living will.
Still going to me?
Healthcare proxy is
Love
all in
it.
your name. Plus all my debt.
Yeah. Maybe it'll even out.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So he's all pissed off.
But does he leave her?
And he doesn't because he'll be left with nothing.
What a little pussy. Which usually I'm a fan of little pussies, but not in this situation.
Not in this situation. Here's what gets interesting. As you might expect, I'm explaining this all to you. You and I are both saying, holy shit, this guy's insane. He should get none of it.
He's not married to her.
He's not married to her. It does not belong
and also,
to him.
The thing in my mind is the reason she's not mentioning it is I have found that people that have been born into a life of, luxury or whatever you want to say, a comfortable life, money is not something that they think of a whole lot.
Yes.
Coming
correct.
from, where I came from, it's like money. It's like I'm constantly sort of thinking about money and counting the pennies and this and that. And even in situations where I don't have to now. Yeah.
It's always in the back of your mind.
Yeah. Like I put gas in my car and I want to stop at $20. This is a weird subconscious thing I have because it's like, I worry, do I have the money in my account? And the other thing is
can't
my
just
car.
Go filling it willy-nilly.
If I fill up my car and my car breaks down and I can't fix my car, I've just put $50 into the tank that now the car doesn't even run. Wow. But that's the sort of stuff that goes on. But it could be coming from a life that she came from. The reason she didn't bring it up is that money has no
it's
sort
just
of bearing and she's just going about her life.
But also she might have gotten a impression from him.
Oh, yeah. Like he might be giving off something. And when I was seeing somebody for a while who had some money come to them because their father had died. Mm-hmm. And when they mentioned it, I was just like, whatever. They told me like, funny, like every other guy I've dated or whatever has been telling me how we're going to spend it, what we're going to do with it, that, anything else. In my mind, like I don't want to take anything from anyone.
Yeah, it's not mine. Your money.
I'm already paying for the dates. So, once we're married or something, then I can steal the money from you. But until
steal it later.
Yeah. But until we fly out to Vegas
to get it fair and square.
Yeah, fair and square. It'll be mine after I, fly him out to Vegas, get him drunk, get him in front of Elvis, married. And then they can, tell the divorce lawyer, baby. Like 50% of it's mine now. No, she probably does feel something. Why is she with the guy to begin with?
Who knows?
Maybe he's a good baker.
Maybe
he I don't even know what women want anymore. Like, I wish I could tell you I did.
But what I do find amusing, and the Weason. Oh, the Weason.
Oh, the Weason. I find it so funny. Are you going to bring up that double-edged sword?
The
double-edged sword. It cuts on both ends. You find, especially with the ladies.
Every response on all of the "Am I the asshole?" the relationship
Cupid's
advice, all of them are just fuck this man. You don't get her money. That's hers.
Yeah, that's hers.
But But
There's a but here?
there's always a but.
Well,
And it's
you,
always juicy.
it's a juicy.
It's a juicy,
good cake.
juicy butt. But let's reverse the situation. When I pull up questions on dating advice, similar posts where the man has or is making a bunch more money and the woman is making less or doesn't have as much money and they're splitting the bills.
So the man's the provider.
The man is the provider. The overwhelming response is he should be paying more. He has more money. What do you think? Thoughts, sir? In your capsule
Is it my
of a
capsule?
brain,
When I come
what
back,
are your thoughts?
when I come back from my space trip. This is a tough one because
You're a big fan of men. I said men weird. Men. I'm in the capsule.
the capsule
I'm
with
in
the
the capsule
man.
with the men. You're a big fan of men providing.
I am not a traditional guy. I'm an untraditional traditionalist.
You are.
Rock Your Picture Show. Like a man can be very much emasculated if he's not the provider.
Yeah.
At least I found myself in situations where I tied to my job and other things where I even tell myself, I am not my job. I'm not my paycheck. When those things have disappeared from my life, very much I have found my brain still functions in this way that I am my job and I am my paycheck. I would like to get away from that.
It shouldn't be that way.
It shouldn't be that way. But I don't know if it's just a weird Gen X sort of caught between generations thing, but I'm always reaching for the check as a guy. I'm never going to ask a woman on a date to go 50-50 with me, especially not after I put roofies in her drink.
Of course not.
Of course
no.
not.
Yeah.
That's
not fair.
It's not fair. It almost seems rather tawdry to talk about simple things like money and wealth and
money. Oh.
Yes, these are the type of things that people that don't live on the Cape talk about, Bunny. Yes.
We shouldn't talk about them. We really shouldn't move our faces too much either. We don't want to get wrinkles.
Don't want to have enough feeling to actually express anything.
Let's go back in the capsule.
The capsule. Climb on in the capsule. It's nice
Let's
in
not
here.
talk about money.
The capsule.
Oh, the
Capsule.
money.
Money is a dirty word. And as Americans, we don't like to talk about money. We don't like to haggle. We don't like to talk about price. We don't like to talk about any of that.
We don't like to talk about how much we paid for something. We don't want to talk about what we make. Whereas other cultures, you can buy something and, how much did you pay for that? And it's not a taboo subject. But here it's like, you don't ask someone how much they paid for something. You don't ask someone.
It'd be easier to ask if someone's circumcised or not.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Just, how many orgasms have you had this year? That is an easier conversation to have than how much are you being paid right now or how much did you pay for that? The whole thing is, if I was dating a young, attractive, unfunny lady and I had received an inheritance, which is funny because my dad just died. I haven't heard anything from probate.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably not getting
But I haven't heard
there.
anything from my father for 20 some odd years longer. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to suddenly...
No, you're just going to inherit the need for more therapy. Like that's all you're inheriting.
I guess I'm inheriting the trauma. I never got to punch him out. I think that's what it's just like,
you never got the satisfaction.
I never got the satisfaction of that. That's going to be my trauma now. It's not going to be like Monopoly when I grab from the community chest.
I thought I was the community chest.
That's what we call you behind your back. And it's like, uncle died, you get an inheritance. It's like, no, I don't think I'm getting anything. Which it would be really funny if I called up his widow down there, wherever they are, and was like...
Just asked if you got anything.
Just be like, I was going to come down and visit and maybe pick up a couple things.
I mean, there was a family get-together that you didn't go to.
Yeah. If I did get an inheritance and I was seeing a young, attractive, unfunny lady, I definitely would not be splitting it with her, but I definitely think there would be some other ways that she would be benefiting from it unless she had asked about it. Like, I think there might have been, I would let her turn the heat up a couple more degrees during wintertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have.
Or
Sure you would have.
Maybe I'd get nicer towels, maybe some other conveniences around the house, indoor plumbing, there'd be ways that you'd benefit from it. Maybe a nice vacation or something.
Yeah.
Maybe stay at that house in the south of France, that I inherited. It's like, oh, well, we're going off to the south of France. And you're here to enjoy it. He's being very short-sighted to start questioning all of it. If he was in for the long haul, just sit back.
Right, just sit back and wait.
Let it roll in.
It'll eventually...
Yeah. It's like he's already got, like, hot and cold pussy on tap. What the fuck's he worried about? Like, he's already doing better than most of us guys.
Yeah, and I mean, it sounds like they're comfortable. I'm sure if he hit a point where he was like, babe, I can't, like, I'm having a really hard time.
I'm sick of driving the Bentley to work. When do I get to drive the Alfa Romero?
Yeah, I'm sure if he came into trouble, she would be like, I got you.
Yeah, like the two of us.
We went back and forth. You had some hard years. I had some hard years.
We're too sane. That's our problem.
I know.
I'm just waiting for my inheritance from your dad dying.
I know. Well, my mom has it all. You have to wait for my mom to die.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't like sort of dole it out? So
no. She got everything. Everything goes to her.
So I went to like the wake and the funeral and the like putting him in the ground for nothing?
Yeah, no, you that got you nothing.
I was only doing that to try to get some money.
You got to wait for my mom to die, and she's going to live longer than us, unfortunately.
Yeah, she is.
She is. That woman is outside, probably outside right now, chopping wood. She's building a shed, the wood that she's chopped.
Strong, blue-blooded New England women never die.
She is going to live.
There are women.
She drank from the fountain at Niagara Falls Tourist Center. She will live
She did not get sick
forever.
From that.
She will never get sick.
Yeah. It's going to be like Indiana Jones in The Last Crusade, drinking from the cup of Christ.
She will live forever. She will outlive.
We're never going to see
everyone. And she knows it.
And you can find the Bestest Exes podcast on YouTube at Bestest Exes podcast, as well as TikTok at Bestest Exes podcast, and Instagram. You can pretty much find us anywhere.
And YouTube,
which I mentioned.
And a Toblerone. You didn't mention YouTube.
Oh, and a Toblerone. Unfortunately, we have to whore ourselves out to all of the media outlets because people can't decide. Unlike when MySpace was MySpace, and we went to one place to get all of our stuff. People can't decide.
LiveJournal.
Oh, I love LiveJournal.
I miss LiveJournal.
I miss LiveJournal.
We're so old.
We're old.
We're so old.
You can also find us on the Telegraph at ..line